Forward and filed a lawsuit for sexual misconduct during a massage session against Deshaun Watson. This is the first lawsuit since the NFL suspended him 11 games for the previous allegations. After settling with 23 other women, this new case is now the second active one against Deshaun. Shannon, what are your thoughts?
Nothing. Watson is accused of soliciting the plaintiff over Instagram DM for a massage at the Houstonian hotel room in Texas in 2020. If I'm Deshaun, I'm like, you know what? I've already, I got my punishment. I'm dealing with my punishment. We going to court. I'm not just going to have y'all just because this happened and everybody started talking. So, hey, I'm going to have you go prove it on your merits. Go prove this because everybody says now, well, it's got to be true. The 23 other women, he settled with them. Forget that. NFL, you've already done. You can't double jeopardy me. You can't suspend me anymore for that. We going to court. I'm going to fight this one, Skip. I'm just tired because it seems to me, that's just me. I feel I hate that he put himself in. He did this. He did this. He allowed people to say that he did these things. And so it's hard to feel sympathy or empathy because he put himself in this situation. But no, I'm going. I've read what she said happened. I got to go to court. I'm sorry.
At some point, the statute of limitations will run out on these civil suits. Mm-hmm. But obviously, here we go again.
Right.
And to the point that we have discussed again and again, Deshaun is going to have to live with this the rest of his days.
Yeah.
The stigma of this, the stench of it, it's just not going to go away because it was such reckless behavior that it's still haunting him. Mm-hmm. And now we've got the attorney for the latest accuser saying, my client's experience with Deshaun Watson follows a series of disturbingly similar encounters reported by more than 20 women who filed suit against the NFL superstar. Like so many others, my client spent nearly 2 years struggling to cope with the shame and trauma from all that he has stolen from her and the daily pain that has become her reality. Okay. Got it. Respect it. Honor it. Mm-hmm. And yet, at some point, to your point, when does it stop? Because it might never stop.
Because Skip, guess what? Somebody can come up now, just say, well, y'all had this encounter. And because he settled this, everybody automatically assumes this happened. And so this might be a situation that so everybody now automatically assumes, well, he did settle this and this happened before because people can read. Hey, if there's an accident on Wilshire bus, there's an accident on Wilshire, the bus, guess who's on that bus, Skip? Your boy. How they know I wasn't on there? So I just hate it. I wish, if I'm Deshaun, I'm going to court. And I don't know what my attorneys will say. I think Rusty Harden is still his attorney in these situations, Skip. I say, Rusty, we going to court on this one. So whatever the retainer is, we go into court. I want my day in court on this one.
Okay. And you could be right, because all of these boil down to he said that she said.
Yes.
Except in Deshaun's case, it was he said that she said, she.
25 times, not 26 times.
Okay, 26 times.
There's still one pending, Skip, that's, I think, criminally.
One is pending. One didn't get, he settled 23.
Right. One got dropped. One is still pending, I think, criminally, and now here's another civil. Okay. So 26 in total.
For the record, 2 grand juries in Texas declined to pursue criminal charges against Deshaun Watson.
Correct.
So he has that going for him.
Right.
In his quote, the last time he spoke of this is back in August, he said, I'll continue to stand on my innocence just because, settlements and things like that happen doesn't mean that a person is guilty of anything.
Right.
I feel like a person has an opportunity to stand on his innocence and prove that, and we prove that from a legal side, and we're just going to continue to push forward as an individual and as a person. Okay,
right.
I got that. Ironically, or maybe coincidentally, or maybe not, Watson was allowed to re-enter the Browns training facility just this week after being banned since August 30th, and he can't practice with the team until November 14th, and he won't be eligible to play until week 13, which would be, ironically, and maybe fittingly.
I'm going to bypass that one. I'm going to come back the following week.
But it's back in Houston against the Texans on December the 4th.
Yeah, they should bring him back the following week.
Okay, well, there you go. So will the Browns be able to stay afloat enough that it will matter for him to come back? Maybe. maybe.
Right, maybe.
Yeah, but the stench of this, the stigma of this is going to last.
Forever.
And the Browns are going to have to deal with this. The team's going to have to deal with it, but more important, the owner, Dee Haslam, and his wife are going to have to deal with, Jimmy and Dee, are going to have to deal with the fact that they paid this man $230 guaranteed million, wall-to-wall guaranteed, from start to finish, a guaranteed contract. And as a football player, I'm the biggest fan. Off the field, man, it's hard for me to think that they sank $230 million into a new face of the franchise whose behavior was so relentlessly reckless for such a long period of time. I don't understand it. It's so serial. It's so creepy. Mm-hmm. I don't get what was happening in his psyche. We've talked about, if you want to buy sex, we'll go buy it from a sex worker, right? But that's not what he did. This seemed to be a little more provocative to him. He seemed to be a little more attracted to this form of
massage.
Yes. Okay. And in the end, it's probably not going to stop unless you, to your point, unless you try to put a stop to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the only way, because another one's going to come out and say, well, he did this and he pressured me to do that. So not like I said, I mean, I've settled. I don't know what the settlement cost him, but yeah, I at some point in time, I got to stick a fork, I got to draw a line in the sand that says, okay, anybody tries to cross that, I got to go.
Okay, but if you're going to go back to court, it's all going to get dredged up again. Do you want to fight through that again? Do you want to suffer through that psychologically?
Man, they've already released everything about the stuff that that I was asking for and what they was doing and what I had and what I got done and all that. So everybody, it's public record.
Whew. Ooh.
At some point in time, Skip, I mean, I just can't just let you keep dragging me in this. Man, I did something that was wrong. Maybe, and the way, like you said, hey, he could have just hey, this is what I'm looking for. You down?
Yeah.
Okay, keep it moving.
Yep.
But he went about it the wrong way, and whatever happened, happened. But at some point in time, Skip, you just got to, you just can't keep it coming back and back and back and back.
Yep. Whew.
More big decisions ahead for Deshaun Watson, gentlemen. And, speaking of serious situations, do you think we should be taking that Devontae Adams shove a bit more seriously? We'll dive into that and let you two unpack the possibility on the other side of this break.